Hello, hello everyone. This is Karen with Creative Paper Artisan, and I am going to make something with you guys that I saw a tutorial with on the channel Scrapbooking with Emmy, and I loved this idea, so I wanted to try it myself and put my own spin on it because, you know, that's what we crafters do. So I haven't actually done this yet, so I'm going to be brave and do a tutorial for something I haven't done yet. But it really is easy, and I think we can figure this out together. So what it is a belly band that wraps around your journal page. So I'm going to make some to go into my Slay Your Own Dragons journal that I'm going to make. This is going to be the first one I'm making for myself. It's going to be mine, all mine. And so I've started assembling the pages and the signatures, and I'm going to make these, I'm going to call them belly band wraparounds or something like that. I don't know. I'll come up with a clever name. But anyway, I'm going to make them so that they go with this kit that I have. So I went ahead and printed out the digital papers that are in the Slay Your Own Dragons kit, so that it'll all match and be nice and coordinated. And something that you do need to keep in mind is that it needs to be on thicker paper. So if you have pretty paper that you like, but it's not on cardstock, that's okay. You can just glue it on cardstock. Glue it down on the cardstock. But since these are digital papers anyway, I just went ahead and printed them out on cardstock. So I'm ready to go. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm going to take, I don't wanna mess with this whole signature. So I'm just going to take this one page. And I'm going to start with this paper here. And what we want to do is it's going to wrap around both ends here. And then we're going to, well, I'll show you. So anyway, I'm going to cut it the width that I want. And I think, let's see. I think I want to do 1.5 inches. So let me get out my trusty cutter here. This is my cutter and my scorer. That's hard to say. Which actually will come in handy with this paper, with this cardstock. I think it will make my folding easier if I score it. So that works out great. So I want 1.5 inches from this end. So let me go to the top here. 1.5. Okay. All right, now let's get this out of the way. All right, so now well, I don't know if I need to score it. Let's see, do I want to be, yeah, let's be exact. The perfectionist in me is coming out. I'm sorry. All right, so the page is just shy of 7.5. Okay, and the band, oh, this is where it gets scary. This is where math comes in. I want to get to show you how bad I am at math. Okay, so this is 11. So let's see, I think like 1.5 on each side. Ish. No? Okay, it'll be more like maybe 1 3/4. And honestly, if the math gets too heavy, I may just eyeball it. I usually do better when I just eyeball things. Okay, 1 3/4, actually, that's exactly it. So of course this will vary with however large your page is, however tall it is. But I'm just gonna draw the line there, and then get this bad boy back out. I don't have a big enough table for everything to just sit conveniently for me. And so I have to keep getting things off the floor. Maybe one day when I grow up, I'll get a big enough table for everything. So, okay, so I'm not measuring this necessarily since I marked it. So I'm just going to put that line where there's a groove and do a bit of scoring there. And a bit of scoring there. There. That'll make it easier to fold. It'll have a nice, clean fold, I think. Oops, sorry. Okay. So, gonna bend it down like so. And then bend it down like so. Oops. You know what? Maybe I should have done it a little bit. Let me see if I can fix this. It needs to be just like slightly larger than the page so that it slides on and off. Let me see if I do just another little groove right next to it. I think that might do the trick, and it'll still look okay folded over. But word to the wise, make it just a hair larger than the height of your page. Just a hair. So maybe it is better just to eyeball it. I don't know. I told you, I haven't done it yet myself, so you get to be part of my experiment. Okay, so folding it on the slightly larger side. Okay, that works. Well, does it? This page wants to curl. It may be this paper. Let me see. My coffee stained paper, some of the edges curl. Let me do just a straight up page here. Yeah, that works. That works good. Okay, so this paper is giving me some trouble because it's already kind of curled on the end a little bit. So I might not put it on a coffee stained paper. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Maybe I'll do it this. Seems like this side is not as curled. Is that possible? Is that possible? Yeah, okay, that works. Okay. So now obviously you're thinking, what in the world am I going to do with this? Okay, so here's where we get to be creative. So what we can do is either with a coordinating piece. This is the way the tutorial that I watched was. She just took a coordinating piece, and you cut. You can cut the same width, and then you glue it together so that it comes together. But I'm going to do something a little bit differently, I think. Let me think. I was thinking about cutting out a circle and putting a circle on each end. Let me see if that's big enough. Actually, I think that would be. Okay, so I'm going to try this. I'm telling you, I'm experimenting. You guys are my guinea pigs. Okay, so I'm going to cut a 2-inch circle. Okay, and then I think I like that. Okay. And you're thinking, but it's still not meeting in the middle. Well, just wait. Just you wait and see. This is really cool. This is a little bit crooked. This is a little bit, I think I'm working on both scores here. Let me straighten that out. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue there. And I do want to get it up enough. I do want to get it up as high as possible, because I don't want there to be too much of a gap in the middle. Okay. Oh, you know what? I want to ink it. I should have inked that before. Well, that's okay. I'll just do the outer edges. But I am going to ink that in just a second here. All right. All right, make sure the corners are hidden. Okay. Lovely. All right, let me see. What did I do with my ink? Haha. There we go. Okay. All right, so there's that. All right, so let's get this back on the page here. Ooh, I like that. Okay. All right, now what I'm going to do, grab my paper hole punch. I'm going to punch a hole right there on each side. And let me think if I want to be, I'm going to eyeball it. I'm going to be brave. I'm not much for measuring because you know how I am with numbers. Okay, so I'm going to do it about there. And then do it again. Well, I do want it to be lined up this way at least. So let me make myself a little bit of a guide here. Middle. I want the middles to line up. I don't want it to be wonky like that. So it's about there. There. Okay. That'll give me a little bit of a guide. Okay, I think that'll do. Okay. So now, I think it would be smart to reinforce it. I don't think, if you have good cardstock, you probably don't have to reinforce it, but I kind of like the way it would look. And I was going to use my metal grommets, but honestly, I'm running a little bit low and I don't really want to use them up on this. So I was excited when I was looking for something else and I found this hole punch that I forgot I had. It makes little hole reinforcers. So I'm going to use this. This will help, I think. And you know what? Let me think. I think I'll use my coffee paper. Yeah, I'm going to use my coffee stain paper. And I'm just going to cut a couple of these out. Oh, whoops, I didn't go in far enough. Okay. I obviously haven't used this in a while. Okay. I guess you gotta go all the way in, huh? Okay. Okay, let's see here. All right, I like it. But you know what I don't like? I don't like that it's not inked. I think inking the edges is going to be a little tedious. So hold the fort. I'm gonna get some scrap paper, and I'm just gonna touch it lightly with my brush here. Give it some, ooh, that looks cool. Okay. All right, that'll do. Now, put just a little bit of glue here. That's a pretty cool invention. Whoever invented this hole punch to make hole reinforcers. I think that's brilliant. And you can make it from any paper that you want. Okay. Nice. All right, so there you go. So now I'm going to thread some ribbon through it. How lovely will that be? Let me see. What color? That kind of goes, doesn't it? That looks nice with the peachy fruit on here. Okay, we're gonna do that. Sold. All right, so how much I need, I don't know. Let's see. I think I'm going to do it like this and then tie a bow. So let me give myself a little extra for the bow part. I'm going to cut this. This has a straggly I don't want. Okay. All right. Looking good, looking good. Aha, perfect. Perfect length. Kind of. Let me see, hang on, it's not straight. It's not quite even. All right, so there is one way to do it. What do you think about that? I like that, if I'm going to be honest. So let's say, you know, put it in your junk journal. Flipping through, sweet belly band. I mean, this, you can embellish it further if you want, but I kind of like it like this. And then on the other side is what you would typically, let me find something to slide. I don't have anything really, but yeah, it's just a belly band, but you didn't have to glue it down, and the other side is really pretty too. So there you have it. So that's one way of doing it. I want to try, there was another thing I wanted to try. And yeah, okay. I love medieval Renaissance things. And that's why I'm so excited about this kit, because this is, you know, this is my heart right here. And that's why this is going to be my first personal one. But I have an idea of how to do another way to bind something like this that might look even more medievally, if that's a word. So I'm going to try it, and I'm going to try it with you. So hang tight. Hang tight. I think I'm going to use this one this time. Yeah. Yeah, okay, we're going to use that one. So I will do the same thing. I'm going to cut 1.5 inches. I think that's a good width. You could make it smaller or wider. Let me think, do I want it wider? Maybe I'll do 2 inches on this one for my purposes that you will see in a minute. 2 inches work, because then the dragon doesn't get cut in half. So, okay, 2 inches. And let me pick another page. I think I will. I'm just going to pick another coffee stained page. So that's the belly band is kind of the feature on the page. So what did I say? It was about 1 3/4 inches, wasn't it, on each side? 1 3/4 inches. 1 3/4 inches. Okay, except remember, I need to not score it right there. I need to score it a little bit further out so that it has a little bit of room to breathe. So I'm going to mark it just a shade larger than that. I hope that makes sense. See how that works. Okay, here are my marks. Okie dokie. I'm excited about this one. Okay. So I don't know if you noticed this. This paper has a little bit of like a rosy tinge to it as well as the coffee brown. I did that by, I dipped it in coffee and then I did a quick dip in beet juice. And I love the way it looks. It has like a velvety, like a red velvety feel to it. I love it. Okay, so let me fold and fold. And beautiful. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I am going to keep it, I'm going to keep it longer. Keep it longer. Keep it simple. I'm just going to cut another strip just like this so that it's the same width. Because I need more paper to, oops, I need more length to do what I want to do. So I don't think it really matters at this point. Okay, what did I say? 2? I did 2, didn't I? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to overlap it so that I've got some good, some good decent space to glue it. And okay, I'm gonna get my little cutter out for this. So I don't have to keep getting the big one out. I don't have to measure this necessarily. I'm kind of eyeballing it. So I'm going to say about there. about there. Okay, and well, I said I didn't have to measure it. Now I kind of want to know. It's almost, it's just about 5. So I'm going to cut that in half, which is going to be, let me do it on the back here. 5, okay. So 2.5 right there. So I'll cut it there. Okay, I'm experimenting, you guys. I want you to know that I am not, I may be your fearless leader, but it doesn't mean I know what I'm doing. So, okay. So I will glue, I don't know if I want to glue on top or on the bottom. Anyway, I'm going to glue these so that there's just a small gap in between. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Don't want to do it this way. I think I want to do it that way and that way. Okay. Let me glue these first. You know what? Let me ink them first because that's what I wanted to do last time. And this time it may not matter, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to ink all the pieces first before I glue them down. Okay, great. Okay, now what I want to do, let me think this through for just a second here. Let me think it through. Okay, so this I'm going to have to be precise. I am going to have to be precise. I'm going to have to measure. I'm going to have to measure things out. I hate to say it. Okay. So let me just tell you what my idea is. I want to have these kind of lace up, kind of like a medieval gown or something, you know, kind of have the crisscross lace on each side and then they'll meet in the middle and then tie. You know what I mean? Picking up what I'm laying down? So in that case, I have to have at least, I'm going to say 4 rows of holes. 4 rows of holes. And they definitely need to be equally spaced and equal. Okay, so let me start with the first one being, let me see, first one being here. I mean, this high, it's not going to be there. Let me do it on the other side too. Half an inch. Okay, so that's, I'm doing this in pencil so I can erase what I don't need when I'm done with it. Okay, so I'm going to do a light line here. So that's where I want the first holes to be. And let me, while I've got that number in my head, I'm gonna mark this one too. So I'm going by this, you know, I went half an inch from this line, the end of this paper, half an inch in. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Half an inch. I'm literally making this up as I go. I hope you don't mind. Hope you don't mind watching me experiment here. Okay. So draw that line. Uh-oh, I lost my line. Can't see it. Ah, it's in the peach. Okay. I'm not sure if those are supposed to be peaches, but that's what I'm calling them. They're medieval peaches. Maybe they're pomegranates. Weren't pomegranates more of a medieval thing? I don't know. Okay. That doesn't look right. That looks crooked. That looks crooked. Hang on. Hold the phone. Why does that look crooked? It's 1/2 inch. And that's 1/2 inch. Okay, my eyes are playing tricks on me. That's crazy. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna go with it. All right, so then I want to punch holes. Wow, this is a lot of measuring. Okay, so I want to go in. I want to go in 1/2 inch from the sides. Yeah, I think so. I want to go in 1/2 inch from each side. Make that line. Good night, you guys. I didn't even think about all the measuring that I'd have to do for this. I hope this doesn't bore you to death. You can fast forward through this part. Maybe I'll speed it up when I edit this video. We'll see. Okay, so 1/2 inch on that side, and I'm gonna do the same here. Okay, so that's where I want my row of holes to be. Does that make sense? Okay, so now, now I have to measure how far apart I want the holes. And it's not so much how far apart, but I need them to be equally spaced so that it looks nice. So I'm gonna go to the 1 inch mark there. Okay, so, but I can do both sides in one shot now, I think. All right, so let me see. I want to do 4 rows. So maybe end the last one here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1/2 inch seems to be the magic number here. So, okay. So we're doing 1 hole, the first hole here, 1, 1/2 inch, 2, 1/2 inch, 3, 1/2 inch, 4. We'll do the same thing here. First hole here, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. Well, that worked out nice. Okay, let's do this on this side. Don't you love it when things work out? Okay, there is something wonky with this. I was saying this. The measurements are not this. Hang on. This line going this way is not straight, even though it's measuring out the same. I'm gonna redraw this one. That's like way off. How can that be so off? Good night. Good night. Now it looks too wonky the other way. Let me see. Let me stare at this for a minute. Okay, I'm gonna go in the middle and just make this visually. It's not measuring out right for whatever reason, so I'm just gonna make it. You can trick the eye, you know. If you split the difference, we'll trick our eyes. Okay. All right. So back to this. So 1 hole, 1/2 inch, 2 holes, 1/2 inch, 3 holes, 1/2 inch, 4 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, I think that will work out pretty nicely here. So, but I'm not going to do, I don't think I want to do like a big fat ribbon, even though this isn't necessarily a big fat ribbon, but I think it'll be too chunky if I do that much lacing. So I'm going to use twine. I think I'm going to use this color. Yeah, that'll be nice. So I'm just going to use something like this. It's pretty thin. It's a hemp cord. So, but let me punch my holes first. And I don't need them to be, since I'm using something that thin, I don't need to use the paper hole punch. I think that'd be overkill. It'd be too much for sure. So I'm going to use my Crop-A-Dile and use the smaller hole there. So I'm a little nervous now, but I'm gonna go for it. So I'm gonna punch all my holes in the general vicinity of where I made the marks. Okay. Do it again. All right, so there we've got our holes. Let me erase the pencil marks so it doesn't distract from the beauty that is about to happen. At least It's beautiful in my head. Let's see if we can make it actually beautiful in real life. Don't you love it when things are just so awesome in your head, and then in real life it turns out not so much. But that's okay. I've got high hopes for this. We can make this work, I think. All right. Okay, so time to get threading here. I have to get quite a bit of this. Again, I'm making this up as I go. So, do I want it to, let me think. Do I want the thread like this, to start out like this? I think I do. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm going to have to cut the other end of this. So I'm going to have to guess. I'm going to have to guess how much thread or string I need. I don't want to sell myself short, but I also don't want to waste a bunch either. So I'm going to do that. Okay. So we're just going to lace it up like lacing up shoes, or a bodice, a medieval bodice. Oops, what did I just do? Hang on, something's not right. Something's not right. Nope. Nope. I'm gonna come up from the other way. I think it'll look better that way. I need to cut this end. It's getting frizzly. Okay, let's come up from the bottom. I think that might give me the look I'm hoping for. Yeah, I think that's the ticket. Uh-oh. Okay, that's what I was looking for. All right. Now I need this to come together at the bottom. So let me think. I might punch another hole just like in the middle and then bring both of them up through here. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so let me measure out the middle. And make sure I'm on camera. I keep getting stray from the camera, I'm afraid. Okay, so 2 right there. So let me make a little hole. All right, I don't want to do it too close to the edge so it doesn't rip. I do it a little higher from where I marked. Still in the middle. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to bring both strings, both ends through that hole. Okay. Now, looks like I need to kind of work the string a little bit to get it tighter, because I don't want to rip the paper, so I have to be very careful. But I do want to tighten it a bit, if you know what I mean. Okay. Yes, that will work. And I think once I get it there, I'm going to tie a knot right there. All right, see what I did there? Just kind of put a knot right there to kind of stop the thread from flopping around. So, okay. So this is probably longer than I need, but I don't know, I'd rather have more than go through all that trouble and realize I don't have enough. So let me do it again for this. All right, and we're going to go from the bottom, start from the bottom, underneath. There we go. Okay. Well, this string has a mind of its own. Okay. Okie dokie, let's do this again. One more time. Okay, now let me make that extra little hole here. Whoops. And thread through the back. right, let me make sure everything is good and tight. Back, kind of working the strings from the back so that it all gets pulled nice and tight in the front without ripping the paper. Okay, I think that works. I'm going to tie this knot here. Okay. Okay. Now, let's slide it onto our lovely coffee stain paper. Okay, now I'm going to say I'm just going to tie it like I did the ribbon. What do you think about that? Let's try this. It's a little stringy. But I think that will look quite lovely, if I'm going to be honest. Okay. Yes, that's exactly what I was looking for. That's what I was hoping. Okay, so, but I think there's a little too much string now. I can cut these ends off. I don't want the bow to be that big. Maybe a little bit. And this string is kind of still in the form of the way it was wrapped, so there's like little funky bends everywhere. But once I work with it a little bit more, I think it's gonna droop and fall nicely where I want it. So I'm gonna cut. Where'd my scissors go? Oh, I'm blind as a bat. I'm gonna cut there. I'm gonna cut there. Okay. So now, there we go. Once I work with the string a little bit more, it'll get a little floppier and stop wanting to follow the the pattern that it got from the being wrapped around there. But anyway, that's it. That's what I was hoping for. What do you guys think? I think that's pretty cool. I like it. So there you have it. Belly band page wraparounds. That's what we're gonna call it. So let me just pretend. Let me pretend here. Okay, so here's my journal. I'm opening it up. Oh, look at that. And then of course I can slide things in there like a regular belly band. So let's look at this one that we made with the laced up version, and then this version with the circle ends. I kind of like that too. I may embellish a little bit further here, but you know, and you could also maybe, if you wanted to do a wider one like this, I dare say you could put a little pocket here too. You know, have a little tag sticking out. Oh, I think I might do that. I think I'll do that, but I won't do it on camera because you guys know how to make pockets, right? Okay. So there you have it, guys. There is 2 more options on how to do belly band page wraparounds. Hope you guys have fun trying this yourself. Bye.